George, welcome to Midas's Loading Bar.
I'm so happy to be here, and I can see you're already getting ready to pour me out a pint. So I'm pretty excited for this.
I'll keep it about that one's for me, not for you.
Oh, okay.
But I do have some questions for you.
Look, that's nearly as good. I'll take that.
So this is the second virtual showcase that we are doing. How important is it to be able to be doing these shows and have the fans as part of the experience?
Oh, I mean, it's hugely important, right? I mean, there's 37 million people in the UK who play games. That's over half the population, right? It is the nation's favourite hobby. So we need to be making sure that we get as many people as possible talking about these fantastic games, because look, we might be the company that represents all of these other companies, we might do all of that, but in the end, people are going to decide whether or not these games are going to be hits, are going to be the ones out there playing. So let's see what they're going to say. I'm really interested to find out.
So Yuki are really important when it comes to the gaming industry. But for anyone who doesn't know what you do, give us a little breakdown.
So we basically work with all of those games companies that you're familiar with, all of them across the UK, to go and try and make the UK the best place in the world to make, play and sell games. So as well as giving them loads of advice about how they can go and grow their business, we also do things like we go out to the press, we argue the corner for games and say they're a good thing. And we run some really cool campaigns as well, especially stuff in schools to get kids into the industry as well. So it's a really wide range of stuff. And yeah, it's quite magnificent to be involved.
My beer was trash, but we're going to see some incredible games. Not like this awful beer that I pulled. What is it that you're really looking forward to seeing?
I think the main thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is the creativity. One of the things that's fantastic about the games industry in the UK and actually around the world as well is the fact that there are so many different games out there with so many cool ideas appealing to completely different audiences. And I think one of the things that I'm really excited about seeing tonight is just that breadth. We've got games that are going to completely different places, going for completely different types of players. And frankly, that's the stuff that makes games so exciting at the moment.
Super dope. I really love it. Now, why are the UK so important to the gaming industry?
Well, we are pretty great. That's what Great Britain's all about. But seriously, one of the reasons why the UK has been so good historically, we've been around for decades. We've had loads of really big companies here that spread all across the country, and as a result of that, that's inspired loads and loads of people to go and work for those companies, but also to go and set up their own as well. So you've just got thousands of companies across the UK making great games, and there aren't many other countries like that, which is one of the reasons why we're so damn good at it.
We are the best. Now, before I let you go, just let me know, what is Yuki up to right now?
Oh, we've got lots of different things on the go. We're going to be launching a new DevPub service pretty soon, and we're looking forward to showing people a bit of that. But we're also doing some really cool things, like we're running a Green Games Summit with the UN later this year to talk about how video games can go green, which is fascinating. We've got some cool stuff coming up with our Digital Schoolhouse initiative that you're going to be finding out a bit more about in September. And we're doing loads of work in terms of our EDI diversity push as well, to try and make sure that the games industry is welcome for everyone, because we need as many people as possible getting involved. So lots and lots more to come from us.
Amazing. Almost as good as my beer.
Yeah, almost.
To UK Game of the Show, sponsored by Kwalee. Now, we are in the loading bar and we are live and we got a studio audience. Everyone say hello! I like it, I like it. So we're coming to you from Stoke Newington. No, we are not in Germany. We are in the most British place ever, a pub, which means I got the bears on deck. Yes, I just pulled that from my back pocket. And even more important, we've got UK developers. And I'm so excited to be here. I am your host with the most, the one and only Mr. Midas, and I'll be taking you on this magical journey. Now, this show was put together by the team in UK. They are pretty amazing. But before we get all hyped, excited, and see all of these amazing games, I got to speak to our sponsors. So let's roll the clip. Scan and Ben, thank you very much for joining me. Now, really important thing to me is I love what Kwalee represents. You are a publishing company, but you're fun, you're great natured, like you are the kind of people that people want to come and be part of. Like, what is it that really makes you stand out as a publisher compared to others?
Well, I think we've got history over the past 10 years of publishing in hyper casual. We've recently moved into PC and console. You know, our owner has been in the industry making games for 35 years, and the key pillar of what we do is making games fun. You know, we have I think that then transcends throughout the company. You know, we make fun games, everyone's having a fun time. You know, it's a cool place to be.
Yeah, and I see you're giving away Teslas. I'll take one if you want. I'm more than happy to take one.
Yeah.
Now, we are going to see some really exciting games. What are you looking out for?
You know, obviously the indie market is very competitive, so I think one of the most important things that we look for is, you know, something that's unique, does something different, you know, something that maybe adds a new spin on a genre that already exists, or maybe combines two genres to, you know, create something different and interesting.
So we are going to see UK developers, which is amazing, homegrown developers. Why should they come to you as a publishing company?
I think one of the advantages that Kwalee has is that we're run by developers. So, you know, we have a developer mindset. You know, we are more than willing to help our partners be able to develop the games they want to develop, reach their goals. We also have a very experienced team in our publishing department. So, you know, I think we have a pretty solid foundation to be able to help developers, you know, to take their game to the level
to the
they
next
want to
level.
achieve. Yeah.
Love that. Now, you've had major success when it comes to mobile games, and like you said, you're stepping more into the PC and console market. What challenges does that find when it comes to you?
I think the biggest challenge is that, you know, for Kwalee, this is a new venture, so, you know, getting brand recognition in that space is going to take a bit of time, but, you know, we have a very experienced team. We have, you know, a long history in our senior management of creating games on PC and console, so, you know, I think that we have all the right pieces in place to be successful.
Finally, if someone's watching today and they love everything you represent, what tips would you give that studio or developer to really be able to stand out when it comes to giving their game to Kwalee?
I think approaching any publisher, you know, they should be confident in the game that they're making, make sure that they've done their research in terms of looking at the market, looking at competitor titles, you know, and trying to find the fun in their game and trying to find that unique space where it would exist. And then, you know, we're just open to seeing what devs are working on. So, you know, it's a case of reaching out and speaking to me or one of the team and us having a conversation about what you're doing.
Amazing. Anyway, forget this interview now. Let's really get hands-on and see what you're about.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Ben. He's sitting just over there. Now, the games we've got are from some of the most incredible UK independent developers from across the United Kingdom. Are we out of sync? Still gonna talk anyway. So, we have two judges. Our judges are sitting right live over there. Can they still hear me? Say hello to our judges. They look wonderful. Yes, we have judges from Kwalee and MCV. But the most important judge is judge number 3. No shade to anybody else in the room, but judge number 3 is you at home. Yes, you has to help us pick our winner. Now, our winner gets to go on to do Europlay. Now, Europlay takes part this Thursday as part of Gamescom, where you will represent the UK. Let me hear you say UK! Try that again. Let me hear you say UK! Yes, you will represent UK as part of Europlay. Now, all voting is open live now, and all you have to do is head over to Yuki's Twitter. Now, we are live, which means anything can happen. Anything can happen when you are live. And you know what? I got my phone right here so I can read your messages, see what you're saying in chat. So your message might get read live on air. So whenever you're talking about today's show, make sure you use the hashtag UKGots21. Now, as I said, the voting link is open right now. So head over to Yuki's Twitter so you can get your vote on. Now, quick housekeeping, people. Quick housekeeping. All of the games you're going to see today, they're family friendly, they're cool, but some could be 18 plus. You know what? They ain't come here to hear me talk and rabbit on all day. We're here to see my favorite thing, games, games, games. So let's watch some.
Hi, I'm Elena.
And I'm Jana.
We're sisters
And gamers.
and game developers working for our own studio called Yaldi Games, where we're currently developing our first title called Wholesome Out and About. Wholesome is a relaxing life sim where you can explore beautiful environments and forage all kinds of wild food. You can learn to identify all kinds of plants and mushrooms inside the game and in real life. Like how to identify yarrow.
I know that. White single clusters of flowers and, most importantly, small and feathery leaves.
By the way, if you ever have a cut or an open wound, you can use yarrow to stop that bleeding almost instantly because it's a natural styptic. Once you found something out there in the wild, you can take it back and use it for cooking and crafting. And then you can use those recipes in real life. We also have a town full with characters with their unique little stories, and you can trade with them, do quests for them, or create cures for their problems. You can also grow fruit and vegetables in your garden, and you can decorate your home just like in Hoko Live or Animal Crossing.
Wholesome is a very colorful, stylized game inspired by the art of Overwatch and Zelda Breath of the Wild. One of the biggest challenges was to create stylized models of plants and mushrooms that look cute, but still contain all of the real-life information that they need. It was a long process, but the constant feedback of our community helped us a lot. Our goal was to create some of the most beautiful forest environments to really inspire players to connect with nature.
Our vision for Wholesome is to be the first life sim that can inspire offline activities, and for us to keep adding recipes, plants, crafting instructions that you can use in real life. I started foraging just about 2 years ago and I'm having lots of fun with it, mostly because it contains 3 of my favorite things, which is treasure hunts, food, and free stuff.
So, if you like that, go and wishlist our game on Steam at Wholesome Out and About.
Hercule Poirot: The First Cases is a new Agatha Christie game developed by Blazing Griffin and published by Microids. It follows the legendary detective in his younger years, starting as an officer with everything to prove. After rising the ranks following public embarrassment, Poirot is invited to an engagement party to solve a blackmail case, which ends up taking a sinister turn as a heavy storm traps the guests and a body is discovered. The crime scene is yours to explore and extract evidence from, with the wider manor now your open book to find the deeper secrets within, with some areas locked off or even secretly hidden. Find family secrets in luxurious rooms, deduce facts from what others have left behind, and unearth evidence of sinful misdeeds from party guests. At its heart, this is a rich narrative experience, pulling from the Agatha Christie classics to pull players where they might not expect, facing characters with lots to hide. Those characters are a diverse mix of the sharp-tongued elite, battling families, and the serving staff who seem to know more than they let on. Question suspects with fully voice-acted performances, using your wits, charm, or authority to break down dialogue barriers in order to breach new truths. If you approach someone the wrong way, you'll end up getting nowhere. Maybe a guest won't confirm another's alibi, or someone's tissue covered in ash might match a fireplace from the crime scene. It's up to the player to make these links in their evidence mind maps. These mind maps are the backbone of Poirot's deductive toolset, with each objective contained in a connective network of clues, alibis, items, and contradictions. Look through banks of information and profiles to see if something stands out, and use those little grey cells to find similarities, contradictions, or a new avenue for investigation. Can you crack the conspiracies lurking within these walls? Get ready to experience Hercule Poirot as never seen before, and prepare your little grey cells for a mind-bending blend of blackmail and murder. Hercule Poirot The First Cases is out on September 28th for PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Find out more by following Blazing G Games on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Alex from Stardust Collective, and today I want to talk to you about Ziggy's Cosmic Adventures. As you saw though from us ejecting Ziggy out the airlock in the beginning, sometimes our adventures are not so good. Ziggy's Cosmic Adventures is a VR space adventure set in a fully interactive spaceship, combining resource management and hectic arcade combat. Grab on to your ship's controls as you fly through these levels. Shoot down enemy ships, steer around any hazards, while trying to race off to the next warp gate. Each of the levels has unique mechanics, narrative, and visuals. Meanwhile, you must manage all your internal ship systems. Power up your shields so you don't crash into anything. Charge up the engines to race through the levels, and also keep your life support working so you don't run out of oxygen. You manage the power between these different systems using these batteries. You can quickly plug in a battery to power up a system, or you can pull it out to turn it off. You then might be wondering, how are we charging up these batteries? That's where Ziggy comes in. You can chuck Ziggy into this little box, grab a battery, and then you can kill Ziggy, taking his energy and pumping it into these batteries that you can then use to power up your ship. Race across the galaxy in Ziggy's Cosmic Adventures.
Big reaction! Wow, we are starting off in an epic way. What a huge reaction. Now, Ziggy creators Stardust are in the building, and I love how we are getting our VR on. But how are you gonna kill off Ziggy for extra battery life? Like, that is so bad, man. Like, Ziggy's so cute. Point them out. Whose choice was that? Whose was it? Oh, upsetting me. And I love the look of wholesome. Like, we're going, we're gathering, and I learned something. Like, I know if I fall down in a forest and I cut my leg, all I need to do is get Yara to stop the blood. See, we're educating you out here. But it's not about me, it's not my say. You are judge number 3. So make sure you hit over to Yuki's Twitter and let us know what you are thinking. And remember, whenever you're discussing the games, use the hashtag UKGOTS21. Now, some people have been dropping some messages and been in chat. So let's see what they've got to say. So over on Twitter, we have Phil JH, who says, stoked to see what the UK has to offer on the indie scene and in Europlay. Yes, UK developers. We're the best, they're the greatest, and they're doing some amazing things. On Twitch, we got Verified Geek Cassie says, I love how cute this is, and you know I'm running to the character customization, and that was talking about Out and About. So there's so many games for us to see, so many more amazing developers in the studio. So you know what? Let's check them out.
Hi, I'm Zach, Creative Director.
And I'm Lou, Art Director,
and we're the co-founders of Bunny Hug. Alongside our team, we're working on our studio's debut game, Moonglow Bay, a relaxing slice-of-life fishing RPG based in a town of people afraid to fish.
Moonglow Bay sat along the eastern Canadian coastline during the 1980s, offering a diverse and emotionally charged story as you seek to fulfill your partner's final wish.
Playing as a rookie angler, you work together with friends, family, and neighbors to hone your fishing skills, nourish relationships, and restore a remote town's fractured community.
As you catch and cook, you'll be able to sell a variety of recipes to upgrade your shop, your gear, and fishing boat, rebuilding the economy of this town that is in verge of bankruptcy.
With the help of Marina, who maintains the aquarium, you can donate, preserve, and exhibit your fish while being rewarded for your efforts. Learn facts about these wonderful creatures, become more efficient in catching them, and bust the myths that have been circulating around the bay.
Moonglow Bay is truly a unique experience as it combines a playful voxel art style with a gorgeous soundtrack.
Your journey is split into 5 distinct story arcs with a fully inhabited town to traverse and the potential for grand encounters with rumored mystical monsters in Moonglow.
With your journal and rod in hand, explore the furthest reaches of the ocean, from frigid glaciers to boiling geysers. Learn to cast nets, set traps, and fish through ice, documenting over 100 varied aquatic species, all while uncovering the secrets of Moonglow Bay.
We're excited to be releasing Moonglow to Xbox console, Game Pass, Steam, and Epic Games Store. Thank you.
Thank you.
Operation Outsmart. It's a physics-based sandbox adventure game filled with quests provided by our signature koalas, and we're currently focused on one part of the island, Tala Glacier in Urelu.
Uluru Island. Uluru is like the
massive rock. It's really hard to say, but I like it.
Uluru, like you kind of incorporate the eucalyptus part. Because that's all they eat.
In Operation Outsmart, you play as Agent 8, the last remaining agent sent from the future to retrieve something important from the past. Each koala have their own personalities, likes and dislikes, and quests that carry the narrative forward. Building relationships with village inhabitants is important, as they can be recruited to help you with quests as the story progresses. Complete tasks for them, and they'll gladly, or reluctantly, join forces. The quests given by the koalas initiate the players to use their imagination and problem-solving skills to create new alloys by mixing metal ores and building vehicles using the sandbox tools. Every quest requires a different build, be it to shoot down minions, overcome obstacles, or be a speedy, tiny target. We hope to open up Urulu and let players explore other ideas, develop the narrative to include more depth, and bring in more koalas and agents. Imagine koalas on holiday.
Wow, we have gone all aquatic. Moonglow Blade, wow, a fishing RPG. It looks incredible. Did you see that pixel art style? The Pixel Sea. I'm all about it. And I gotta say, I Am Fish, that piranha was hella gangster. Flooded out the whole house just using toilet roll. Fam, I love it. But let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. So, Snazzy_Panda1 says, cheers, Ziggy is crying now. Nice one. See? You got people upset. And Verified Geek Cassie says about Moonglow Bay, it's so cute. Why is this game so adorable? And via Twitch as well, Gamer George GNC said, Finding Nemo on steroids, talking about I Am Fish. So many amazing games. Make sure when you discuss them on all your social medias, you're using our hashtag UKGOTS21, and make sure you keep voting for your favorite game by hitting the voting link. Let's have a look at some more games, because that's what we're here for.
Monday, 9th of March. Who are you going with? No one. Are you out of your mind? But my overprotective dad thinks it's foolish for a 24-year-old to travel solo. You're just being naive, like your mother. Maybe I am, like my mother. Dad and I were used to not having Mum around most of the time. Then one day we received an envelope from her. Sitting outside the door of the villa, staring at random patterns on the ground, I thought about all the things I didn't do, the choices I didn't make, the things I didn't say. I wonder if I finally made it. I wish I could remember something about this trip. But now I can't seem to tell if it was a fiction, a dream, or a grand poetry.
Hello, I'm Edwin from Wired Productions, and I'm here to talk on behalf of Newcastle-based developer Nosebleed Interactive about Arcade Paradise. As a studio, Nosebleed's goal is to bring you the most generous gaming experience with a massive breadth of content and make it really hard to put down. The team at Nosebleed have done a fantastic job of bringing that vision to life with Arcade Paradise. You play as Ashley, a young charismatic teen in the early 90s. The game begins on your first day of work at a dead-end job working for your dad, Gerald, who is voiced by none other than Doug Cockrell. You're running a laundrette, washing clothes, doing chores, cleaning toilets, all of which are gamified. But there's a back room with a handful of playable arcade machines, and it turns out they're actually making a much bigger profit than the laundry machines. And that's the beginning of your retro arcade adventure to build and run the ultimate arcade. As the game and story progresses, you unlock more and more machines, all of which are fully playable. 3 decades of gaming is represented, but the arcade games themselves have taken inspiration from pretty much the entire history of gaming. By filling Arcade Paradise with a plethora of original games, Nosebleed are given a lot more creative freedom. Every game looks and genuinely feels like they belong in an arcade. The team are hard at work on the game right now, and we're looking to launch later this year on PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series consoles. You can find the latest updates on Arcade Paradise on the Wired Productions social channels. Thank you for watching.
Now, Viewfinder and Days Lost devs are both in the building. They're both about that puzzle life, and they are both very talented. Now, Viewfinder is such a cool looking puzzle game, like using a picture to be able to escape. Could you imagine? I could be in my front room, put a picture of Jamaica and get to the beach and escape this paradise. Yes. And I love the wonderful looking Days Lost. Like, it's so emotional. And we actually speak to Farana from Wordplay Games a little bit later. But I also got to shout out Nosebleed. So you're telling me that you went from working in a laundromat to having the sickest arcade building in the world. That is what you call a come up. Now we got some more messages, so let's see what they are saying in chat. Now on Twitch, Snazzy_Panda1 says, I can see why this koala field is on the short list. Heading over to YouTube, the Burnout Brighter guys say, I'm going to cry. I want to play this so much, talking about Days Lost. Let me head over to Twitter and see what we can see. Burnout Brighter Darren says, Yuki are showing some beautiful games, and Mr. Midas Games is running a hilarious live show. More beer! Yes, beers for everyone! Yuki are paying. Yay. Anyway, there's so much more games for you to see. I want you to go and vote for your favorite game. Don't hesitate. Don't wait around. Go and do it right now. And when you're discussing the show, use the hashtag UKGOTS21. Let's have a look at a little bit more.
Hi, I'm Jay from Arrogant Pixel, an indie game studio based in London. We're here to talk to you about our brand new real-time strategy title for PC and console called Territorial. Right now, we have completed a 3D game demo alongside all elements of pre-visualization planning. We are currently seeking funding for full production of the game. Territorial is a unique, first-time friendly, real-time strategy game for console and PC, where players engage in fast and hectic, theft-based warfare to capture and control territory in space. Imagine Nintendo-developed StarCraft. With its timeless toon look and comedic storyline, we're confident that Territorial will offer a bridge for those who may enjoy the fast-paced action of a modern RTS, but feel that they are outside of the hardcore gaming community. RTS PC controls are notoriously hard to translate to gamepad, which is why we're taking extensive care over our controller support and UX in order to provide a standout title within the genre as my first RTS with room to grow. We've had some success with this already and believe that we have come up with an elegant solution. We offer simple resource management, featuring only 2 key resources for players to keep track of, whilst also allowing players to take an active role in their management and production. We have balanced units with an easily understandable rock, paper, scissors solution and have ensured a unique, recognisable silhouette to help players quickly comprehend them. We've designed a focused single-player campaign with a range of engaging and challenging side missions, which will lead players through a beginner to advanced RTS tactics, whilst also telling our unique whodunit story. And we've built a number of game mode types to allow for casual and competitive experiences in both single and multiplayer play. We offer this while balancing some of the more advanced features of an RTS game, including allowing for varied playstyles and offering full controls for high-level unit management and grouping, even on controller. The game was designed with online and local multiplayer in mind, so we're aiming to produce various and customizable game modes so that players can choose how they play with their friends. One of our favourite features in Territorial is the unique territory capture mechanic. Our territorial starships can effectively steal territory from the opposing player, either by taking over their own planets or by physically pulling the planets out of orbit and running away with them. We are well known for our tongue-in-cheek humour, engaging narrative and witty dialogue, so we aim to create a feature-length, single-player story mode that really resonates with our audience. We are also featuring a diverse cast of characters, which will give us opportunities to tell relatable stories from a variety of perspectives. And that's Territorial in a nutshell. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Paul, and today I'd like to introduce you to This Means Warp. This Means Warp is a multiplayer spaceship management roguelite. Players can go it alone, or join a crew both locally and online. They then work together to run a spaceship, aiming the guns, positioning the shields, and repairing things as they get broken. The map, enemies, and encounters are all procedurally generated, so every time you play there's something new to explore and experience. Players start out with a fairly barren ship, but as they progress will pick up all manner of different systems and equipment to change their strategy and try to survive in a hostile universe. If the ship dies, it's game over, so This Means Warp combines frenetic action with longer form strategy. The game is developed by a 2-man team and really came about through our love of frenetic co-op online multiplayer games. We found that a lot of online multiplayer games tended to be party games or short-term experiences and really thought there was an opportunity to have a longer form version of gameplay. We combined that with our love for roguelites, which are really high stakes and dramatic intense, so This Means Warp is really a blending of those two genres. We recently completed our beta playtest and had thousands of players apply to play the game and give us feedback and ideas. So we're just sorting through that feedback now and developing out more content and finishing up polish. And we're aiming to release the game in the first quarter of 2022 on PC, followed by consoles towards the end of 2022. So that's a very quick run through of This Means Warp. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully we'll see you on board. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Lisa Evans and I'm the founder of Wabi Sabi Play, a small video game studio in Brighton, UK. We are currently making Growbot, a 2D adventure about a robot saving her home from a dark crystalline force. Growbot takes place on board a beautiful biopunk space station, and you play as Nara, a Growbot in training to become a captain. When an attack from a dark crystalline force leaves you cut off from your friends and captain, it's down to you to save the station. It's Nara's first day on board the station and she doesn't know where anything is or how anything works, so the gameplay in Growbot focuses largely on exploration and repairing the station's strange biomechanical machinery. This includes collecting the sounds of flowers to make shields, fixing a cloud machine to grow flowers, getting lost in mazes and operating mazes, helping your friends get home, helping your friends feel better, invoking fire puffs, and assembling Gobblebots to make your station's fusion reactor, which also happens to be a large starbelly. Growbot is full of alien fauna and flora, from geologists to water dragons to light sprites. You'll also meet multiple versions of Starbelly, a small one, a medium one, and a big one. Encounter a frosty lava bear called Weedhead, and meet other Growbots. Some a little scarier than others. Every character on board the station has a tale to tell. We are shipping Growbot this autumn with our publisher Application Systems Heidelberg, so please come join our adventure and wishlist us now on Steam. Thanks for watching.
What a varied bunch of games. I love to see it. So we are so close to the end of this amazing show, but we still got some more games for your viewing pleasure. Now really quickly in chat, we got Marsh_122 who says, Territorial, I love anything space, sign me up and call me Kirk. And This Means Warp, verified Black Girl Gamers said, this looks like fun with friends. More games, more voting. Let's have a look at some more.
Incredibly, in the world of video games, dogs are usually in the background. We love dogs, we love video games, but where is the dog game? Entering Good Boy Society, the best dog life simulator game that you will play in the entire earth. We are a team of highly skilled people working remotely from UK and Mexico mostly, with the incentive that we are really good friends as well. Everyone has an everyday job to pay the bills, but after work we are working on this.
Hi, my name is Adolfo and I'm a game programmer at the Friend Studios, and I'm in charge of implementing and adapting some of the features.
Hi, I am Mauro Vergara, and when I'm not saving the city, I am level designer in the amazing Friend Studios.
Hi, my name is Omar Casillas. I'm a marketing assistant in Good Boy Society. In a few words, discover if the game is viable or not. Spoiler alert, it is.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy Gerardo Bernal, soy content designer en el Friend Studios y esto es lo que estamos haciendo, a darle perros.
Hey, I'm Dice. I am a game designer, also a writer. Please support us.
My name is Abraham, and this one is Rust. I am the art lead for Good Boy Society.
Hello, I'm Efrain Fregoso. I'm a technical designer in Jagex, the company who brings RuneScape to the world. I have been working in Unreal for the last 3 years of my life, being really passionate about it, and this is the tier game that I will create. Yes, we love what we do, but we understand at the core that this is a business as well, so we don't want to fall into the trap of being just a passion project. A good production is the key element. We have limited resources, so we are using everything that is out there that Epic has put out there in our favor. We have the big guns. We are using the same kind of tools that the big studios are using in order to make this game a reality. And if you actually see what we are being involved into, it's a really amazing result. We want to have a successful business in here, so we want to have a game that is constantly on development, but at the same time is constantly getting revenue. We have a roadmap. Our plan is to finish the prototype phase in December, so we are asking help for that. We want to end up with a really amazing demo that show off to publishers that this game has a lot of potential. We have made a lot of R&D investigating in particular this kind of game because we want to make sure that this is the safest bet possible. And we just don't want to finish this game up and just return to our everyday life, right? We want to be recognized as the company who created the dog game. We want to make a Good Boy Society.
Overmorrow is a serene, non-violent adventure that deletes your save game after 30 days. The word overmorrow means the day after tomorrow. During your adventure, you will always be wondering what overmorrow will bring, as you explore this strange and mysterious island with only a limited number of actions each day. Once discovered, you may use a variety of magic, such as the ability to control bodies of water. If you run out, you will need to rest and replenish, progressing to the next day, the counter ever ticking down. It's up to you how you use each day, but the further into the island you explore, and the more days that pass, the more you come to realize that not everything is how it first seemed to be. After 30 days, your save game will be deleted, but that's just one more step on your way to discovering the secrets hidden away in this game. Hi, my name is Marcus, and I'm the sole developer of Overmorrow. This is something that's really new and different for me, as I'm generally more used to being a game designer in a more established studio. But it's something that I'm really enjoying so far. I'm pouring a lot of myself into this game, and so I'm really excited to show what makes the game a unique experience. I'm hoping to release in 2022, and I really hope for everyone to count down the days with me until you get to explore the mysteries of Overmorrow for yourself.
Wow, Rhythm Tower, dancing to badding up enemies at the same time. I am so about it. And who let the dogs out? Obviously I had to say it. Come on, you know I was gonna. But that's it. That is all of your games. Now, like I said, we've got 2 amazing judges in the building, but no shade to them. The most important judge is you at home. So make sure you get to vote right now. Now, one of the games we saw earlier was Days Lost. And we got to speak to one of the incredible people from the dev studio, Farana, and we spoke all about the game and why UK Gamer Show is so important. So run the clip. Farana, thank you so much for joining me. First of all, I have to congratulate you and your studio for winning the Transfusion Fund. Like, it is amazing. Now, I've been playing Days Lost, yeah, and it's such a charming tale and really kind of piecing together what's been happening with Natalia's life, and it really kind of resonated with me what's happening in the current climate of the world. Like, how much of that was an influence on the game?
Thank you so much, Midas. And you're right, you're very right in highlighting that fact. In fact, we founded our studio Wordplay in a truly unique year, which was 2020. And that was the time when pandemic had just hit us here in the UK, and in the blink of an eye, we found ourselves locked in our houses, and we started going through our old memories, pictures, emails, messages. In my case, it was also handwritten letters. So that was kind of the starting point for Days Lost, and that eventually also formed the core of Days Lost, because it's ultimately about empathy and learning to appreciate the little moments of life. When we saw that the world has come to a standstill, it was memories that were constant reminder that time passes, that things change, and that's how Days Lost has been designed, and hence we have kind of designed it in a way that it focuses more on empathy rather than on players' skills. So as a studio, our mission is to create new gamers. So there are these people who do not particularly play games, but they don't really hate games either. So they're like the silent majority of could-be gamers, and that's exactly the people that we are targeting with our game Days Lost. And hence we have designed the puzzles in a classic point-and-click adventure. It's focusing more on empathy, like I mentioned before, and the goal of the gameplay is to leave you with a sense of belonging.
Yeah, I fully feel that. And to be honest with you, I appreciate it. Like, I'm a gamer, I play gamers all of the time, but I am so trash when it comes to puzzles. So to keep that simplisticness is really great. And the game is really beautiful, it's charming. I've really enjoyed my time playing the demo so far. But you said, obviously, you created this in a pandemic, which is amazing and crazy. But I want to know, like, what challenges do you face as an independent development studio?
Well, as an independent development studio, we are 4 people as co-founders, and we are working on our game in different capacity. But simultaneously, we are also working on our marketing, social media, trying to build a community, taking care of the legal documents, trying to get funded and whatnot. So a lot of our time and energy goes into that, which we could have used in making the game, developing the game. We don't have the resources to hire a marketing team who would do this, and when you're working on your first game without really having an established like a network or connections, then it could take a while for people to get to know about your game, for them to know that, okay, a game like this exists. Yeah. And that's where I think Transfuse UK Game of the Show, Tentacle Zone, they help a lot.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Like, obviously, the UK Game of the Show is all about UK developers. It's all about you amazing people. Why is it so important to you?
Yeah, exactly because of this reason that it's putting our game, unreleased games, and giving a chance to indie developers like us to, you know, be out there, talk about our games, and let people know that, okay, we are working on a game, and this is the game. Let people just start a conversation, be noticed, and, you know, that's how you get funded or get into the, you know, publishers' reports or something.
Yeah, it's basically putting a spotlight on your game from both a consumer point of view, but also from the industry.
Absolutely.
All right, so your demo's out now. People can try it. Yeah. If you win today, the UK Game of the Show, you are going to be competing in Europlay this Thursday. What would it mean you to represent your country, represent the UK, and go up against European developers?
It would be like winning the Premier League and being the strong contender in the Champions League. But jokes aside, I mean, it would be really awesome, and it will give us a good head start, I would say. It will strengthen our foundation, and it will help us be noticed. And, you know, in the overall portfolio of game, when we go out and pitch to publishers, having a tag like this, that yes, we have won a show like UK Game of the Show, that would be huge.
Well, if you do win, I expect to see it on the box art. Thank you so much for joining me. Big shout out to you and the full Wordplay team. Let's go back and speak to Midas again. Thank you, future me, sending it back to past me, or the other way round, however it goes. And thank you so much to Farana. It's great to hear from the developers how important this show is. And you've seen all of the trailers, and we have to close voting now. But I really want to hear what our judges are thinking. So we've got a judge from Kwalee, and we've got a judge from MCV sitting down with the one and only George. So what are you thinking about these games?
Well, let's go and find out what they're thinking about these games. So first of all, we're joined by Ben Ellis, who is from Kwalee. He's their scouting manager there. Ben, what have you made so far of the field?
I think almost every single game I wrote down unique when I was taking notes, looking at them, which is, you know, a testament to itself, the creativity of the dev studios, you know, in the UK. Some really unique and different gameplay mechanics, art styles. I think the level of production quality was unbelievable. So a really good set of games.
Fantastic. And we've also joined here by Chris as well from MCV. He's a staff writer over there. Chris, what have you made of it? I know you've been writing about unsigned games over and developed fairly recently as well. Has the quality stood out for you?
Oh, yeah, no. As someone who has to judge these, it's very stressful about how good all of these have been. Like, you kind of want at least one to be bad, but no, they've all been exceptional. They've all been sort of, you can see what kind of influences they're pulling from, the kind of creativity they're bringing. And yeah, I want to play every one of these games. Picking a winner difficult.
We only have the highest quality games in the UK video games industry. Thank you very much. But so in terms of trying to pick those three favourites, you know, we're obviously stalling for time while the boffins crunch the numbers. So let's go and do these things. I mean, what were the kinds of things that you were judging on?
I think, as I said earlier to Mr. Midas, you know, the being able to blend two genres together to create something unique and different that doesn't already exist on the market. You know, that's important. Having, you know, there's been a lot of video games in the history of video games, so being able to do something that provides a unique experience to people is really rare. But you know, there was a you know, an unbelievable stock of games there that every single one of them seemed to be doing something different, whether it was the art style or, you know, or the genres or the gameplay mechanics. So, you know, just looking for something different and unique, but they all seem to have it, so it's very difficult to choose.
Well, it is indeed very, very difficult to choose. And so, Chris, were you having those similar ructions going through your mind, being like, how do I pull these three out from this field of 15 for your judging process?
Yeah, to kind of echo, it's also very unique, very distinct games, but it's also a lot of them tapping into markets that feel like they've been underserved for a very long time, like kind of games that maybe used to exist and no longer do. They feel like they're having a comeback in a very promising way.
Fantastic. Well, we've got to throw back to Midas now, because I think we're getting ready for the business end of the competition.
Thank you very much. It's great to hear what our judges think, and our votes are being counted, which means we're going to soon know what you think. But you know what? We've seen such incredible titles. I think we should watch them one more time. Run the montage. Kwalee, I love that theme tune. It is proper sick. So the votes are in. I feel nervous for you. Like, I need to know who this winner is. So George, can you come and do the honors? Bring me the envelope. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Why is my heart beating fast? All right. Woo, okay. Now we have our winner, and the winner has a name, and the name of their game is Viewfinder by Robot Teddy. Huge congratulations to Viewfinder. What an incredible looking game. But not only did Viewfinder have the honor of wearing the crown of UK Game of the Show 21, they are going to represent the UK in Europlay this Thursday as part of Gamescom. So you all need to come back next Thursday and see if Viewfinder can beat off the European competition. Now, it's been an incredible show and I've had an amazing time, and I have to shout out everyone who made this show possible. So can I get a cheers for our sponsor, Kwalee? A nice big cheers for the loading bar. A huge cheers for all of the developers. And a big thank you from me to the team at Yuki and everyone at home, because without you being judge number 3, we wouldn't be here. I've been Mr. Midas, and we are peace. Woo!